Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again, being here is always a reason for great joy. It's the opportunity I have to be a little closer to each of you's minds. Today I want to bring up a somewhat complex subject, I would say, a controversial subject too I would say. Believing. What is believing? Many call it having faith, trusting. It is a way of understanding what it is to believe. Now it is very important that you do not translate belief into being or that, putting all your effort, all your desire, as if it were something magical that you believe in and that's it, it will happen. Then many may say, but that happens to a lot of people out there. Yes, but are you inside them to know what they did, as well as believe it? Do you follow their journey? Do you follow their feelings? No, you're just looking externally. Believing is focusing, correct. Believing is seeing it happen, correct. Believing is not bothering with the how, correct. All of this is correct, these are steps towards believing. And where does your part come in? Where does your part come into this whole story? I'll give you an example here. You have a seed, you plant that seed, the earth, the water, the sun makes that seed sprout and it may, over time, transform into a beautiful vegetable, a beautiful tree, it will depend on the seed planted. Then you will tell me, see, the tree grew by itself, I didn't do anything. And I answer you, really your only interference was to place the seed in the ground. But by the very nature of the seed, it has an evolutionary cycle, it has a life cycle, where it knows that being in the appropriate environment it needs to develop and it has all the help of nature to reach the end of its process. So don't compare your desires, your beliefs, with the seed. The seed is alive, it contains life within itself. The cells of a seed, no matter how dead they appear, are in full evolution and if placed in the correct environment, they germinate and sprout. Don't compare your desires to a seed. So come on, you really want to have something and you just put an idea somewhere but forget about it. One day you planted this idea, but what did you do with it? Nothing, you didn't focus, you didn't see it happening, you didn't believe it could germinate and sprout, because it has no life, it's just a desire. A desire is something that is in your mind, not in the earth, not in the air, not in the water, the desire is in your mind. You just emanate into the universe what you want and then you start to believe that it will work. But you had the idea and believed it once, you didn't entertain that idea. What happens to her? New ideas are emerging and they are buried by newer and more recent ideas, and then one day you remember that idea. Look, I never thought of that again. And then it becomes a priority again. But you forget again and it gets buried by the others. So let's add another action, you have the idea and every day you feed it, what do you feed it with? It's not with water, it's not with sun, it's not with land. You feed it with good feelings, you feed it with the joy of seeing the idea manifest, with the joy of seeing the idea come to fruition. But you do it whenever possible, you remember and add a little more fertilizer to that idea. And every time you do this, you emanate a feeling and that idea grows in the universe. But if you happen to forget, it withers, loses its vigor and almost dies to the universe. He stops paying attention to your idea because you yourself are not paying more attention to it. Now if you often look at the idea, remember it and add another seed, another fertilizer, not seeds, not physical fertilizers, but that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of joy, of seeing the idea forming, it is also forming in the universe. And it begins to sprout and germinate in the universe and when you put enough joy and focus into it, the idea comes true, because you made it grow, you fed it, you gave it the strength to grow. It wasn't an idea you planted in your mind. I leave it to the universe. Yes, the universe will do it, but the universe always responds first to those who are fed, who are watered frequently, and yours is left behind. So what is belief? Believing means focusing, staying focused, making the idea grow, fertilizing the idea with more complementary ideas, so that it grows, so that it takes shape. So I will make a parallel: when you believe in us, I believe in being such, in being such, in being such. Okay, then we say some things and you challenge us, you don't follow the advice we give, you don't accept what we say. Of course, we don't want dolls or marionettes here, because you have free will. But on some points we talk about, if you don't agree or don't believe, you end up attracting a lot of doubts to yourselves. And doubt is a very powerful feeling, because it causes that belief to break, that belief to not be strong enough. And then everything we say, you start to contest, you start to doubt, and this also grows more and more, because you are harboring doubts, you no longer trust what we say. And your belief is being diminished, it is being destroyed. I say again that we don't want dolls, nor marionettes that nod and nod their heads with everything we say. You need to think, certainly yes, thinking about what we say is one thing, doubting or not believing is another thing. Thinking about it is giving your mind time to absorb what we said, understand, assimilate, everything is okay. Now, contesting, doubting what we say, then your belief has long been contaminated. So, closing this very complex subject that I put here, in such a simple way, but it is not that simple, I would just say the following: believing is focusing, it is thinking about it. And when a doubt appears, don't let it grow, seek understanding, seek the truth, so that belief becomes increasingly solidified. Because if you let doubt grow, this belief will wane, and there will come a point where everything we say you will contest, you will no longer believe in anything. And it will be very difficult for you to see the truth, because you let yourself be carried away by what is out there involving you and bringing you doubts. When you don't understand something we say, ask us to show it in a simple way and for you to be able to understand the truth of it, and we will be happy to show you. And we always show, don't be in doubt, those who doubt don't believe, and those who believe don't doubt. Where are you in your journey in relation to us, to all of us? You believe in everything we say, you believe with your eyes closed, without even understanding what it is. That's not good either, because then you're being a puppet. It's believing that you understand what we're saying, and if you don't understand, ask us to explain. This is believing, trusting, focusing, having faith. But not that faith that will put a glass on a shelf and have faith that something will sprout from there. You must already be very evolved for this to happen, your minds are not yet capable of this. So have faith in tangible things, in something that you can participate in creating. Then yes, believing will be perfect and the universe will do its part, helping to make it happen on your path.